has taken its place. When I went before that board in Tallahassee, that first night when there were 200 people in Taylor County that opposed that consortium, I looked around at that board, and today I see only kind people. But when I went that night, on June 6th, you never forget that, I looked around for a caring face, and I saw the most caring face was Commissioner Katz. And what I said was, I put down my notes, and I said, if you can do this to the people of Madison County or Taylor County, I ask you, would you do this to yourselves? Would you do this to your own community? And next day, Mr. Alan Katz went before, he called a press conference, and he said, the people, and particularly one lady, changed my mind. And when he wrote articles later on about that, and you might have seen them and remember them, he talked about how could he do that when they would not allow it in their own community, and they had an ordinance against it. We've got one great RV park that has all the bells and whistles. We have one golf course we stand to lose. I thank you. I thank you for caring. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dick. All right, moving on now. Oh, you're coming there? Sorry about that, I believe that. Perfect, come on.
My name is Donnell Davis. I would like to speak on part of being a businessman in Madison County. I have a grocery store also called City Marketplace and a restaurant. And I think the thing of it is, no disrespect to anyone. We're in the 21st century, we still talking about businesses coming to this community. I play golf. I was out there the last couple of days playing golf at the country club. This RV park brings a loss of money to Madison County. True enough, we do have one. You heard she said one place that we think should be home, but it make it more competitive when you have more things around here. As a local business, right now, school out. We know the economy where people make more money is teachers, prison, and gold kits and things like, well, starting line. So that's the most of the money. But you got people coming through, like the man said earlier. People travel through RVs. I grew up in Madison. I heard the train every morning. I know what time the train comes. I live in Lee, $200,000 house. I know what time the train comes. It wake me up twice, my kids twice. But it's become a part of who you are. All right? Only way we can be better is we bring stuff here. I understand that certain people want to run Madison County. But when is enough gonna be enough that you say that my kids got to leave Madison because they can't keep a steady income? And that's what we are still the same way today. Just like the man said, they close down, he ain't playing golf. I go Quitman play golf as well. And you go over there, the same man that should be in Quitman, he's in Madison making the course better. So it brings money to my business. Even though most of you probably, Mr. Martin, you know about it today, you know about this stuff. So how can we give stuff away, but then when people bring ideas of making the community better? Madison's a ghost town, first of all, from this light to down at night, after 8 o'clock, at dark, it's ghost town. So how can we stop this money that could make the economy? We need better roads. I swear, on Martin Luther King side, on my side of town, we need better roads. West side, you need better roads. But if you're not making any money in this town, across the track, we're in a deficit. We negative $500,000 last time I checked in deficit. So we're not getting no roads done over there as much, okay? So I know about the story that she said where she stayed, but the story on this side of town, we don't see this all. But it's tax and money that come in that I pay for my store that come to you guys, that this is part, should we make our community better? So that same money that come from the business and local businesses, the taxes that you get percent from state of Florida, it can make the infrastructure better. Then, people travel these RVs, all the millionaires traveling through these back towns looking for local places. I have stopped eat breakfast with them. They never known about it, but now they know about it. So it opened more revenue for us, and it won't be stagnating no more. So we have to look deep within our souls. We're gonna still go be in the 21st century and meet up everybody else, then are we still going back to the 80s and just let the same people run this town and dictate what's going on in this town because of what they feel is not right? How you think we feel? We've been going through this all our lives. So if we bear the burden, let someone else bear the same burden to make our community better. And then when you look back, if you're not voted again, you know, hey, I did make a difference in Madison. I didn't stay with the status quo all the same time to be the same way all the time. Look, we ain't opened no new businesses that produce major jobs since started mines, and Dick's Pipe cost the same. What else can we say we incorporated Madison to make people wanna stay here? To make, besides $8.25, that minimum wages just went up. You understand? So give the people opportunity. No, I get trains every morning. RV parks right now leak every day. Down my road, my kids, I got a 3-year-old and a 10-year-old. They just put 2 RV parks. But it's bringing money to the community, so why get mad about it? I can't change things. All I gotta do is adjust and adapt to it. And let's adapt to making the county better in Madison County. And then more businesses wanna come here, and we could build a better community. You know, everybody wants different, everybody this and that. Some things I don't like, but I deal with it, because that's a part of life. And we have to adjust. Let's not still continue to be in this, every time it's always somebody want, my family not gonna like this. My family don't like a lot of things, but we'll accept a lot of things in Madison County. So think about it as the money, revenue for the infrastructure, like he said earlier. For golf, we like golf. Campers, it's about to be football season. They come here, they migrate when it's cold and hot. Think about all that money for the local businesses that people go and buy food. They like fresh produce, they come to my store and buy it. They don't have to go to Wendy's to pick and save clothes for them. We have that type of thing. So it makes it better for us and more competitive for us because some people like fresh things. So I appreciate y'all time y'all wanting today.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Ms. Henderson?
Good morning, gentlemen. Gary Henderson, lifetime resident of Madison, Florida, before a few years serving for our country. I have been a member of the country club for over 50 years, my family. Great aunt on Robert's Drugstore way before Comer's and that. We go out there for a time of fellowship and good time. I'm also an RV camper. We travel North Florida, South Georgia all the time, where these golf parks are at. The guys like to play golf, the women go shopping, they buy the steaks or whatever for the cookouts that we might be having. I've been in these parks at night, all over the country. I mean, I travel different states. You can hear a pin drop at night. They're quiet. It's not like it's a rowdy bunch. It's a good breed of people that go to these parks, have a good time with family, and I think it enhances the community. Not only will it bring revenue in, like I said, we go to the grocery stores and buy our steaks or whatever we need. The women do this, they go shopping, they love to do that. So I encourage it. This is to me, is the most easiest, harmless vote that you'll ever make. What harm can it do to bring this business in? It's not like they're hurting the environment. It's not like this is happening. And like I said, the noise factor is really quiet. And campers, we come in one at a time. We don't convoy 100 campers in. You never see that. It's one here, one there. They have speed limits. So to me, I just want to speak up. I've been there. I was on board of the country club also back in the day. And the members we used to have has dwindled down because of the lack of activities in Madison now. This, to me, is a good vote for you guys to look to bring business in. And like I said, what harm is it to do this? So I encourage it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I apologize. Please, come on up. State your name.
Go ahead.
Danny Sarah Arderi.
Step right up. Can you spell it?
Last name SERRA -ARDERI. So with that last name, obviously, I'm not from Madison. I don't live in Madison, but
Welcome, man.
Thank you. But I'm co-owner of new restaurant C&D Bistro. The reason reason that we decided for Madison is just the history. Yeah, it's a very beautiful town and stuff like that, and one thing I've noticed is in the last 20 years, the population of the town of Madison has gone down by half. And I actually researched that this morning. This town, unfortunately, I mean, is dying because of the lack of business, because of the lack of travelers and people. To be able to have this RV park at the country club, I think myself would definitely not only help my business, but everybody else in the town as well. I mean, if you look at, let's say, you won't even have the full, whatever spots they wanna make, even if it's only half, let's say it's 45 RVers that could be there at any time, or even less. You got at least 2 people per RV. You're talking about almost $1,200 a day if they go out to a local restaurant, a small family-owned restaurant. And even if you split that by 3 or 4, that's still on a daily basis. That's gonna help increase the money that's coming into the town, but it's gonna help us to be able to improve our locations. And it's definitely gonna bring a lot more money into this town. I really don't think it's gonna do any harm, having the RV park. It's only gonna be able to improve it. I myself, my life, it sits at that corner of C&D Bistro. So I want it to prosper. I wanna be able to provide the best food and, that this town has probably ever seen, whether that or even tasted, whether that's, me giving myself a big head, I don't know, but it's how I feel about it. And I was hearing her speak, I mean, I can understand where she's coming from, I really do, but unfortunately, as a business, to be able to bring more to this town means a lot, because the last thing you want is to lose the history of a town in this country. Because once it's gone, it's gone. So to be able to bring in more people, it's gonna bring more revenue, and it'll probably even bring more people that wanna move to this town. Because once they see what this town has, I mean, they're gonna wanna stay. I myself, I'm a city boy. I was raised in Miami, so, the small town, I like